Good morning. Well, you're trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Let's take this off. Let's start with what we're talking about. We're talking about working with lead pipe. Now, lead pipe nowadays is a dangerous thing. As you'll see a bunch of videos online about people pouring lead pipes and pouring joints and fixing toilets, etc. None of them are following any of the guidelines by OSHA. None of them are wearing a respirator like I just showed you. And that filter should be a P100, an R100, or an N100 filter to filter out the lead. This is a lead piece of pipe. This was taken out of a lavatory. Okay, these are sinks, lavatories, anything before really 1975 they put them in. And for hundreds and hundreds of years were they using lead. Now lead, you know, you can learn how to wipe lead. This is a lead wipe joint right here. You have special tools. You have a wiping rag, what they call it, and you wipe the lead onto the joint. Then back here, you can pour lead into fixtures and stuff. But this all needs to follow the rules. You need to follow the OSHA rules. And the OSHA rules say they have so many parts per minute that you can be allowed to be. Let's say you're in a bathroom. So you're in a bathroom, you're melting the lead. Well, there's a lot of restrictions. You should have the respirator on. Don't forget the respirator. You need a respirator. Now, these are the wrong cartridges. This is an N95. You need an N100. These are interchangeable the better mask you get. This is a Harbor Freight one. I buy this for pesticides, and I buy this when I'm in my attic because it keeps the dust out. Man, and it's hard to breathe when you're up in the attic and you got all kinds of insulation. But this is perfect for up the attic. So now, okay, so you understand lead now. Lead is dangerous when it's melted. So you can use a fan while you're using the respirator. You could, get away with it. But if you're following the 100% rules and you're working, let's say, on a government job or somewhere else, they're going to have an industrial hygienist monitoring you. They're going to be making sure that your parts per minute are under the threshold for every hour. I can't remember the exact numbers. But, and then you have your safety guidelines for your state. Your state has your own guidelines to the Department of Health. So working with lead is no longer something you should do. I personally, if you have a lead flange coming up through the toilet, I know people are poor and I know it's hard and it's very expensive and I know you have to do it. It's cheaper to cut it out. Go to the floor below, open the ceiling, cut the darn thing out. Put a new piece of plastic. That's what they use nowadays, plastic instead of cast iron or anything else, or copper. So use use your plastic. Run a new line up through the floor. If you're replacing P-traps and stuff, take it out. Cut a hole in the wall. Cut it out. Put different pipe. Get rid of the lead. Don't be messing with your health. Don't be messing around. But, there are those extreme times when you have to work with lead and there's no choice. Well, wear the respirator, put a fan in, and monitor the air. Be safe. What are you going to die for? What are you going to get exposed for? I can go on with stories about lead and lead. But my book will tell you about more stories about lead and how to work with it and what the regulations are. Commercial plumbing maintenance. In maintenance and commercial maintenance, you're going to come across lead all the time. They're going to ask you, can you take this out? What can you do? Can you redo this? Well, this book will give you some examples of it and what to do. It's on Amazon.com, $24.99. I appreciate you buying it. I appreciate you tapping on this thing saying you like this video. I'm going to make more. Lead water lines, how we work with water meters and how we avoid working with lead in the water meter, how to get around it. So stay tuned. I'm going to continue on with these little one-man shows and we'll see how it goes. I am trying to promote my book. That's the goal here. All right, well, have a great day. On to the next video. Goodbye.